What was Attack on Titan's greatest moment? It's quite a daunting question, isn't it? There are just so many that even ranking your top 5 or top 10 would be quite the challenge. Reiner and Bertolt's reveal, Owen's last stand, Sergeant Gross's speech, Eren and Zeke's confrontation in paths, Levi fighting the Beast Titan, Kenny's dying words, and of course, literally every scene with Gabby. It's genuinely overwhelming. It's like ordering out from a Chinese takeaway for the first time in a while. You pick all the good things you remember, and before you know it, you've ordered enough food to feed an entire Amish family. Now, imagine trying to make a video about one of these moments. The thought of trying to come up with something to say that is interesting, to say something fresh, to try and say something that hasn't been said before. Surely that thought process is folly. But it's not going to stop me. So, perhaps we talk about a much less grand scene. A scene that you have probably forgotten about. Episode 49 takes place in a trough of narrative excitement. By all accounts, this is largely a forgetful episode, as it is surrounded by the climax of the Uprising arc and is directly following episode 48, Bystander, in which Shardis reveals key information about Grisha Yeager. I remember myself during the first binge through this series and just wanting to get on to the next fight, to see the next big reveal, to see the scouts finally take back Shinganshina, to find out what's actually in that basement. It's only on my experience of reading through the manga that this scene of the scouts eating together and having meat for the first time in months felt really special to me. Seeing these characters around a table and chatting like friends reminded me of the time when they first met in season 1. A memory of better times when things weren't so complicated, back when Reiner, Bertolt, and Annie were still friends with all of them, and Marco was still alive. There's a weird feeling of nostalgia that is present, as that past feels so long ago, and even more so for the people that have been watching this anime since 2013. But as tempting as it is to look back into the past, this scene also shows how different things are now for the present crew. Marlowe being a part of this table is a nice reminder of this, as his interaction contrasts with the more experienced members of 104. This is also highlighted in a scene in episode 48, when Marlowe displays his density around Hitch's comments, along with the ensuing reactions of the rest of the table, which were all really fun.
So I told her I was wrong about her.
Asshole. Are you that dumb, Marlowe?
No brain under that bowl cut.
Calm down, he didn't say anything wrong.
Wait, Hitch? How come?
Because she's a thirsty girl, and she thinks you're a tall glass of water.
Oh, nice one, Thatcher.
Can't say I follow.
As similar as things are, things have changed. But this cool group that have been through so much together, it's like we finally got some breathing room. It's just so cathartic. Seeing Jean and Eren fight just like they did in the old days is weirdly heartwarming, even if I found it a little cringe in season 1. Seeing Mikasa let them burn each other out was an absolutely hilarious moment, but also shows good growth on her part. And finally, after all this said and done, we are left with the main trio of Eren, Armin, and Mikasa, as Armin once again brings up this dream to Eren. His dream, the one that you have probably forgotten about, the one that feels like it was said so long ago, the one where water glows like fire, the one with fields of ice, and the one with giant rocks that take days to climb. There's something so warming there, something so nostalgic. Something wishing for a different time. Wishing for a different path.
Once we've retaken Walmaria and defeated every last one of our enemies, can we go back? How things used to be.
On my third time through this story, after the manga had concluded, once again, this scene took on a new meaning. From this moment, we never see this group of people or this trio the same again. For the next day, we ride into battle, take back the wall, the basement is revealed, and most importantly, Eren kisses Historia's hand. This quiet scene is the last of its type. The last we see these friends as they were, where they can still have their dreams and be hopeful for the world beyond the walls. Before they lost Eren to the abyss. This is Attack on Titan's Event Horizon. There is no turning back from here. Even that flashback in Mali couldn't compare, because Eren was forever changed, and this group of friends were forever changed. This is Attack on Titan's greatest strength, its ability to recontextualize and give new meaning to the same scene when experiencing the story again is so impressive. The night before the battle to retake the wall may perhaps be the most forgettable, the most easily lost to time, the most likely to fade into history, the hardest to remember. But as with all friendships, these moments are the foundation on which they are built. It's hard to know when you are in it, and when you talk to your friends years down the line, you may never think of it again. But its impact is not lessened. Its ripple and impact in time are still there. Your brain may have forgotten this scene in Attack on Titan, but I'm willing to bet that your heart didn't.
So is this Immer than ever evening time? We drink and we sing when our fighting is done. So is this Immer? We live under the burn. Past fears our burden. Long is the night.
Their memory serves as an example to us all. Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage!